Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Donna. And when I was working on my video for this, working on the leg section, I had my phone in a landscape format, but when it recorded, it did portrait. So I don't know what's wrong. My phone is being uncooperative at the moment. So I'm going to walk you through this section. I think when I ended my last video, I said that the following sizes you had to be at X amount of stitches when we were doing an increase. And I also had stated if you had one too many stitches, just on that very last row, just increase only on one end. And you should come out with the exact amount. So for small, you needed 45 stitches. For medium, you need 61 stitches. For large, 71 stitches. And for extra large, 83 stitches. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you numbers and then I'll walk you through on how we're doing this. We're all at the same level now. We are all working the leg section. There's no more increasing right now. There's no more decrease. There's no decrease at the moment. So your increase right now is done. Okay? So I need you to write down the following. To start the leg section, and this is for all sizes, we're going to be chaining one at the end of that last increase row, and then you're going to start single crocheting the following. For small, you're only going to do one single crochet in your first 4 stitches. For the medium, 6 stitches. For the large, 8 stitches, and then for the extra large, 10 stitches. Once you get that amount, then you're going to chain 1 and turn. The row, and you have to be on the right hand side, and you're starting, this is your working row. You're just starting your working row, okay? When you turn your work to do the next following rows, that's when you start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, or how many rows I'm going to tell you to do, because you have to end on the right hand side. Okay? So, for the small, you're working 4 rows. Medium and large, 6 rows. Extra large, 10 rows. And you need, again, to finish on the right hand side. So, it was single crochet, whatever, the number I gave you, chain 1 and go back, chain 1, go back, chain 1, go back, and make sure that you're ending on the right hand side, okay? After you do that, before we start this middle section, or right before we start the middle section, you're going to be skipping X amount of stitches before that. So, for the small, you're skipping 4 stitches. For the medium, you're skipping 5. For the large, 7. And for the extra large, 9. Once you skip those X amount of stitches for your size, for your dog sweater, that's when you're going to start your middle section. Now, after you get your ending of your leg section here, the very first one, you're going to fasten off. And you're going to attach your your yarn again to the new section of what we're doing here, okay? So again, skipping 4 for the small, 5 for the medium, 7 for the 7 for the large, 9 for the extra large. When you join on the next stitch, you're going to be single crocheting across for the middle the X amount of numbers I'm going to give you for the following sizes. 29 single crochets for the small, 39 single crochets for the medium, 41 single crochets for the large, 41 single crochet for the extra large. And you're going to do the exact same thing. This is going to be your starting row. When you turn, that's when you start counting your following rows, and then you're going to fasten off. And you're going to fasten off on the right hand side. So the rows you're going to be working for the middle section is 4 rows for the small, 6 rows for the medium and large, 10 rows for the extra large. Then when you get to this other section, you should have the exact same amount of stitches that you have for this first section of the leg. Should be the right on, spot on for the number of stitches here. So if you skipped 4 for the small in the first section, you're going to skip the 4 here. 5 for the medium, 5 here. 7 for that, for the large, 7 over here. 9 for the extra large, 9 over here. And then you should have the remaining stitches left. And that is 4 for the small, 6 for the medium, 8 for the large, 10 for the extra large. And you're going to do the rows again. 4 for the small, 6 for the large and medium and large, and 10 for the extra large. And you're going to fasten off on the right hand side. That's what you need to do for the leg section. I will come back with another video to show you how we're going to connect everything, and we're going to start decreasing, placing stitch markers at the end of each side, so that'll be your starting point for when you start sewing up the sweater, and then how we're going to finish off the leg section. Okay? I'm going to end this video now. If you have any questions, like I said, this section is pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty simple. Just follow the numbers I have given you for the size that you're working on, and you should be good. If you run into a hiccup, just let me know in the comment section, and I will get back to you on that. Everyone, take care. Have a great day.